Last time I had this mock-up of a moccasin that I made out of very light cloth and sewed it together, and it worked out okay. I did do a little bit of alteration here because I had a little bit of a pucker where the sole came up and met the, this is called a vamp, by the way. The top part with the tongue is called a vamp. I don't know why they call it that, but I'm sure back in England and back in the day that's what they called it, and that's what we continue to call it. But anyways, so I took everything apart and I'm starting to lay out the leather. So here we are with the leather, and I traced around the template and I cut one out. So this is basically what we have, the footprint, and I'm going to need 4 of them. So I've already, a dog laying in the sun, I've already laid out a couple of 3 of them. I'm going to quickly show you how I lay it out. It's really simple. You're never going to get it perfect because it is by hand, and that's part of the deal, is when you do hand work and customized work, well, things don't always come out exactly perfect, which is fine. And if you look at my template, well, I guess it's my template that I'm using right now, but this is one of the soles. If you go around it, you'll see some deviations on it because I am cutting it with one of these break-off knives. So it's all by hand, and you're going to have some fluctuations with your hand as you're guiding the blade, of course. The sharper the better, and of course always try to be careful, because if you cut yourself, guess what? Not that you really cut yourself, but you'll get blood on your leather, right? Don't want to get blood on the leather. So I position this like this, make sure everything's nice and flat, and I'm going to set this camera down here and do the best I can to let you see what is going on here, and I'll just do a little part here and then we'll break away, okay? This is how I do it. Put my hand, because what will happen is as you're pushing, of course your leather is going to move on you. I don't know how well you can really see the wave. As you push it, there'll be a wave. It's just the way it is. So what I try to do is I try just to lay my finger alongside of it and just make a score mark, just like that. And I'm using, what is this thing called? Very thin, and it's a metallic silver, and it lays out nice on the leather. What I do is I'll first I'll make a mark around it. It's like this. And pardon me if you can't see this. I'm just going to do the heel, and then I'll show you what I do after I have the heel laid out. Basically, all you really want is a line to follow. And once you have that line, then you can trace it like this. So move that off, and I have a line. So let's move you just a bit right here so you can see what I'm up to. Just like this, see? That came dangerously close to my other piece of work here. So you want to try to avoid that, but I think I'll be fine. I've got like 1/8 of an inch between them. But what I do then is I just kind of, let's go on this side now. Then what I do is this right here. Of course, it's just a heel portion, but you don't get too crazy and try to get it absolutely precise, because you're going to drive yourself nuts. You're just going to drive yourself nuts. And believe it or not, your moccasin will turn out just fine. And I don't think I'm in the camera right now, but I'm going to finish going up the other side here. Just like that. See, now there's the bottom heel. See this? Now let's see how it compares to our template. So here's our template. Let's slide her down. That is not bad. So I'll continue, and once I have them cut out, I'll show you how to glue them.